All right, today we are diving into something absolutely huge, the incredible tapestry of human belief. We're talking about the world's major religions. Now, I know it's a massive topic, but we're going to try and distill the core ideas that have shaped billions of lives and, continue to shape our world right now. So let's dive right in.
At the heart of all this is a question that I think every single one of us asks at some point. Why are we here? What's it all for? And this universal, deeply human search for meaning, well, that's the very spark that gave rise to all of the rich and diverse belief systems we see across the globe.
And the scale, it's just staggering. I mean, look at this. Christianity and Islam together, we're talking about nearly 4 billion people. Then you add in Hinduism, and just those three faiths account for well over half the population of the entire planet. It just goes to show you how deeply belief is woven into the human experience.
Okay, so to make sense of this landscape, we're going to take a little journey together, broken down into 4 parts. We'll start with the Abrahamic faiths born in the Middle East. Then we'll travel to India for the Dharmic traditions. From there, it's off to East Asia to explore philosophies of harmony, and finally, we'll bring it all home and see what these paths might have in common.
So our first stop, the Abrahamic religions. This group includes 3 of the world's biggest faiths, and they all trace their spiritual lineage back to one common ancestor, a prophet named Abraham from the ancient Middle East.
What's so fascinating is how they're all historically connected. Judaism is the oldest, emerging more than 3,000 years ago. Then, centuries later, Christianity is actually born from within Jewish tradition. And then you fast forward to the 7th century, and Islam arises, seeing itself as the final piece of that very same prophetic tradition. And here's a quick look at how they stack up side by side. For Judaism, the central idea is a sacred covenant, this profound promise between God and the Jewish people, which is laid out in the Torah. In Christianity, the foundation is the belief in Jesus as the Son of God, whose life and sacrifice are seen as offering redemption for all of humanity. And then with Islam, the focus is on the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad as revealed in the Quran, which call for submission. And that means a conscious, active choice to align your will with the will of the one God, Allah.
Okay, so from the deserts of the Middle East, we're going to travel now to the Indian subcontinent. It's here that a totally different family of faiths emerged, what we call the Dharmic traditions. And they're all built around this really unique philosophical worldview.
To really get this worldview, you have to understand 3 key concepts. First, you've got samsara, this idea of a continuous cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. So what keeps that cycle going? Well, that's karma, the universal law of cause and effect. Basically, every action has a reaction. And the thing that guides you through it all is your dharma. That's your moral duty, your righteous path in this life.
So in Hinduism, which is one of the world's oldest living faiths, the ultimate goal is to break free. This is called moksha. It's liberation from that endless cycle of samsara. The whole point is for your individual soul to finally reunite with the universal divine, also known as Brahman.
Buddhism, on the other hand, starts with a prince, Siddhartha Gautama, who becomes the Buddha, which just means the enlightened one. And his core teaching was pretty straightforward. Life involves suffering. But he said that suffering comes from our cravings and our attachments, and this is the important part, there is a path to end it and reach nirvana, a state of just profound peace.
So, how do you get there? Well, Buddhism offers a really practical roadmap. It's called the Eightfold Path. Think of it as a guide for living an ethical life and training your mind. It covers everything from how you speak to how you think, and it's all designed to lead a person toward that state of enlightenment. And what's cool is that this tradition offers all sorts of paths to liberation. Jainism, for instance, teaches that the way is through ahimsa, which is a really strict, radical nonviolence toward all living creatures. And then you have Sikhism, a younger faith, which combines this deep devotion to one God with a powerful commitment to social justice and serving others. That's their path.
All right, our third major stop takes us to East Asia. Here we find traditions that are often seen as both philosophies and religions, and they all revolve around this central theme, finding balance and harmony.
And this brings us to 2 really interesting complementary paths. Taoism tends to look outward, trying to find harmony with the Tao. That's the unseen natural current of the entire universe. Confucianism, on the other hand, looks inward, focusing on creating social harmony right here in our communities through moral behavior and respecting our relationships with each other.
I love this quote because it just perfectly captures the essence of the Taoist idea of Wu Wei, which you could call effortless action. It's not about being passive or lazy. It's about acting in sync with the natural flow of things. Not forcing it.
avoiding all that unnecessary struggle. It's like being water.
And over in Japan, we find the indigenous faith of Shinto. What's wild is that it doesn't have a single founder or one sacred book. Instead, it's all about the kami, these sacred spirits that are believed to live in everything from mountains and waterfalls to your own ancestors. So in Shinto, life is all about living with purity, sincerity, and gratitude in a world that is just filled with these divine presences.
So after this whirlwind journey across continents and all these different ideas, let's kind of zoom out for a second. What are the common threads we can pull from this incredible diversity? What does it all tell us about our shared human quest for meaning?
Well, one thing is clear. This search for meaning is absolutely universal. And a really powerful idea that you see popping up in different ways is this concept of unity. The belief that maybe all these different paths are just different expressions of the same divine reality, that each one reveals a little piece of a single greater truth.
And what's truly remarkable is when you look past the specific stories and theologies, you find this stunning overlap in ethics. The Christian call to love your neighbor, the Buddhist practice of compassion, the Sikh commitment to service to others, they all point in the exact same direction. It's almost like humanity, through all its different cultures, has somehow developed a shared moral compass.
Which leaves us with one last question, something for you to think about. Are all these diverse religions just different maps, drawn by different people in different times, all trying to chart a course to the very same destination? That's a thought to take with you. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.